Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Natasha, and today we will be enhancing productivity with Odoo. We're going to go over project management as well as timesheets. As I mentioned, my name is Natasha. I am a business advisor here. If you guys have any questions after this webinar, feel free to shoot me an email, or if you're interested in a tailored demonstration for your specific business case, I'd be happy to hop on a call with you as well. Awesome. So for today, our agenda, we're going to go with about Odoo, just a little bit about the company itself. Then we will go into projects, timesheets, go straight into a demonstration. And after that, we will go ahead and take some questions from you. Awesome. So what is our mission here at Odoo? Our mission is to help companies grow, and we want to unleash all of your potential here. We understand that there are a lot of complexities that go on within a business, and our goal is essentially to help streamline those business cases here. So today, what we do, overall, we cover complex business needs with an extremely user-friendly interface. And that's my goal here today, to show you how all of these modules come together to streamline your daily operations. All right, let's go back to projects. So what are the benefits of projects? Overall, we like to streamline your project planning. We have multiple different views, such as Gantt, Kanban boards, as well as calendars. We also want to enhance that collaboration between team members. So we want to facilitate that communication with an integrated chat system, email, as well as document sharing. Not only that, but our projects and timesheets connect with all of our modules, which you will see shortly. And we're also able to use our no-code customization tool, it's called Studio, to customize these reports for you. Now, we also do have dashboards where we can keep track of project progress as well as resource allocation. All right. Next, we will go into timesheets. So what are the benefits? We are able to easily keep track of time. So we're able to log hours effortlessly, either using your phone, desktop, or even tablet. And we'll show you how we can then connect it to our project management tool. Not only that, but you're also able to use that in accounting as well. Cool. So now let's go straight into the demonstration. Awesome. So welcome to Odoo. This is the dummy database I have built out specifically for this demonstration. Now, one thing to note is you see a few modules here. A key value that we have here at Odoo is the fact that all of these modules are integrated with one another, right? So if we have something in sales, it will then feed into our project management tool. Then it will also feed into our timesheets. All right, so let's just assume that I am a home construction business. You can use this for all industries. Keep that in mind. It could be for IT, maybe for your marketing department, internal research and development. So you have so many use cases for our project management tool and timesheets. Now, first, as a home construction business, let's assume that we have a client here. And from there, we will start off in the sales side. But I do want to show you a little bit more about the product itself, and that will automatically be connected with the inventory module. So first, let's go into sales. Now, here we have an overview of our sale order numbers, the creation date, customer, so on and so forth. But for this new customer, let's go ahead up here and click on New. And let's say this is for Abigail Peterson. Now, here's our sales quotation. We can also have quotation templates available and set expiration dates, price list. Maybe this is your favorite customer and you have a special discount for them. That's okay. We can do that. And what are the payment terms? Is it immediate, 15 days, 30 days? If you have different payment terms, that's okay. We can go ahead and create a specific configuration for you. Awesome. So now let's just go ahead and say, I'm going to sell my home construction service here. Right now, let's just assume it's the quantity 1 hours. We can set a specific unit price. But as I mentioned earlier, I do want to go into this product to show you how it's configured properly. All I have to do is click into this internal link. And now we're automatically showing the inventory product here. What I had to do was configure the product type as a service. And I will be creating a project as well as tasks. Now, what is my invoicing policy? We have a few different options here where it's prepaid and fixed price based on timesheets. You can also base it off of milestones or even delivered quantity here as well. All right, so everything looks good so far. All we have to do is go back. Now, what we can do here is now I want to send this out via email to Abigail Peterson. Send this out to her. And now we have options to design our layout. How do we want the sales quotation to look like? Do we want it boxed, bold, etc.? You have those options available to also choose your company colors. So let's go ahead and continue. Awesome. So here we have pre-configured template in Odoo. You can also create your own templates available here as well. Now, if I click this button right here, I also have the opportunity to send this email at a later time. Awesome. So let's just go ahead and send this over to Abigail. Now, as you can see here on the right side, this is what we call our chatter box. We like to call it our source of truth here at Odoo. And it gives me right down to the timestamp of when I sent this email. So there's also a catch-all embedded to here, meaning once Abigail responds back to me, it will automatically feed into the chatter box right here. Now, sending a message is more so for external use. We log notes for internal use. Maybe you want to, say, tag one of your colleagues here, Mitchell Admin, for example. You want them to follow up with Abigail. This is a tool that we have all throughout the modules in Odoo. So we can go ahead, log that note. And what Mitchell would see, well, I tagged myself here, but what Mitchell, or if it were another employee, would see is a notification pop up in their email. And they can go ahead and respond or click into the button and takes them directly to the sale order 37. Not only that, but we can also log activities, right? So for example, maybe you want to call them tomorrow, follow up. We can go ahead and set these activities at a later date here. Cool. So let's assume that Abigail opened up her email and she accepted this quote. Everything looks great. Let's go ahead and start this project and confirm it. Awesome. As you can see, up here, 3 smart buttons appeared. Now we can click into these smart buttons and it will take us directly to the project itself or the tasks, as well as any recorded timesheets here. So I do want to take a little gander into our projects and how this looks. Overall, this is just an overview of Abigail's project and it's related to sale order 37 here. Now, who is a project manager? Let's just say Mark Demo. Now, of course, you can also add multiple people as the project manager here. Let's just go ahead and switch that over to Mitchell Admin. You can also set a planned date, all right? Maybe it's only for a week or a couple of months. We can go ahead and set that here. And what's the allocated time? How many hours do you expect to spend on this project? We can have that as a preset configuration, as well as an overall description of it. Here are the project settings where you can have this visibility, right? Do you only want invited internal users to view the status of this project? Do you want all internal users or only invited portal users as well as internal users? You have those options available. And how do you want to set this project up? Right now we have task dependencies, milestones, as well as timesheets configured, as well as billable hours. Of course, everything here will be billable. Now, if you did want to set some worksheets for your specific project, we have that available. All you have to do is tick this box here, and go ahead and create a worksheet template that you want your employees to view. Awesome. Cool. So as you can see up here, we have the status, we have the customer preview. So if you did invite that customer to view the status of these projects, you can invite them as a portal user in Odoo, and we also get a customer preview. So how would this look like from their end? This is what they would be able to see. Now, of course, you can configure this in a way where maybe you don't want them to see all of your time spent on these projects. That's okay. You can just see the name, the tasks, and where they're at. All right. So we can also sort by title, by stage of the project, as well as the status here, or even group by milestones, for example. Okay. Awesome. So let's go back to edit mode. Now, I do want to get out of this view so we can see how it looks like from the project module. In Odoo, we do have an embedded search bar, so you can easily just start typing away and go into project here. As you can see, we have a list of all of our projects, right? So we have a ton of projects that we have to work on, but right now I'm mainly focused on my sale order 37, my home construction here for Abigail Peterson. If I click these three buttons right here, I'm able to view a dashboard. And let's see how that looks like for just a second. This gives me an overview or any updates that have been happening for this project. We can see all of our tasks that have been completed, if they have been. We can see all of our timesheets, any sale orders related to this specific project. You can have multiple sale orders for a project as well, or even our milestones. So if I tick this, that means I am done. We can also set budgets here for this project and what our profitability looks like. So for example, and this ties back into accounting. So for example, I just say new construction Abigail budget. You can have someone who's responsible. What's the budget type? Is this the revenue, expenses, maybe both? And what's the period for the specific budget? All we have to do is add the project. Odoo does that for you automatically, and select what department it's for. Let's just say production for now. Internal, sure, operating costs. And what is the budget allocated for this specific project? Let's just do $10,000. Of course, might be more, right? Oops, let's select that period here. So Odoo is dummy proof. It would require you to select the period for the specific budget. Awesome. All right, let's go back and let's click into the project itself, right? Let's see how this looks like. Awesome. So as you can see, we have multiple tasks associated to this project. We also have stages within our project, which we can easily move around. We can also edit the names. We can fold the stages, also create automations. Maybe when you finish one task or move it to the next stage, we want to send out an email saying, hey, we have finished the wiring. We're moving on to the next part of the project. We can do that as well. Awesome. The next thing I do want to point out are the different views that we have. Right now, this is called the Kanban view, but we also have a list view available where you can just see the progress, the percentage completed, any tags and stages associated with it. Now, if you did want to see more, we can also click into it and it automatically appears here. As you can see, it's for Abigail Peterson. Awesome. Next, we do have this Gantt view. Now, this is really important. It's been revamped. So from here, we can see the projects or the activities that we have to do for today, or we can even switch it around for this week. A new feature in Odoo 18 is we have included this quarter, as well as you're also able to include your own time period that you want to select. Now, we can also zoom in and out of the Gantt view as well. Or if I just go ahead and click into any box, as you can see, let's see if you guys did that, see all that right here. I just clicked into this box, or maybe just this one right here. I can go ahead and select all of my tasks and auto plan for that. Awesome. Now tasks have been successfully scheduled for the upcoming periods. Now, if you made a mistake, you can always undo it here. Cool. All right, let's go back into that home construction. Let's go ahead and look into, say, wiring services. All right. Here we're able to add a description. Now let's just say, let's assume that my project manager wants me to contact my favorite wiring company. So let's just go ahead, assume that I am the project manager, and I already had this listed out here in the description. Make sure to contact our favorite wiring company. Awesome. So one cool thing about Odoo 18 is that if I just go ahead and select all of this, we can go ahead and use AI in our project management tool, where we can go ahead and make it shorter, lengthen it, sound friendly, or even more professional here, and just say, be sure to get in touch. Awesome. And insert that right here. Cool. So I will save this, but what if someone came in here and accidentally deleted a portion of this, or maybe like the whole thing? Let's go ahead and save that. A new functionality that we have in Odoo 18 is that we're able to view version histories here as well. So if I go back here, I can look at the content as well as compare it. What has been changed? So this here. So let's go ahead and restore this history. It's going to make sure that I want to. And yes, of course I do. Let's go ahead and restore that. Cool. So right now it's assigned to Mark Demo. We can always assign it to multiple people at the same time as well. We can also include special tags here. Now, one thing I do want to mention is maybe you want to include more information that you want to capture in this view. What I can do is open up Studio, and we have an easy tool where you can drag and drop. So no quote code required whatsoever. And you can go ahead and say, let's add a new text field here. And you can make this however you like. We can also make this invisible, required, or read only. Awesome. Now let's go ahead and close this out. In this tab right here, we will go into the timesheets, and this is where the employees can add their time manually. So let's say I am Mitchell admin. Oops. Where's that? Or let's just say it's for Mark Demo. There you go. So what Mark Demo can do is add the description as well as the time spent on this project. Let's assume he just spent 10 hours here. Cool. So as you can see, we're over the allocated time of 5 hours. Save that. Or what you can also do is just manually start and stop this. Right now we have it configured to rounding up to 15 minutes. You can do it down to the second if you'd like. But here, let's go ahead and describe did more wiring and log that time. Cool. As you can see here on the right side, Odoo is keeping track using that chatter functionality. And it tells you every change you have made. Not only that, but you can also make subtasks available here. And say, let's just do subtask 1. Save that. You can assign it to a specific person if you'd like. And we can easily view the subtask right here. Awesome. Now, that subtask has its own information here, right? Where you can also add your own timesheets, even subtask for this specific subtask as well. And we also have this next tab here where you can block it by a manager. Awesome. So we never lose our spot. We can continue clicking into these buttons and never lose our starting place. Why? Because we have these breadcrumbs up here, up at the top. Cool. Awesome. So I can now, let's assume we went through all of our tasks. We can easily also move it to our in progress stage here since we started this wiring service, as well as maybe if my manager looked into this and said maybe something's not completed, they can ask for changes to be requested. Log an internal note here to one of the employees, Mark Demo, and say, hey, one of the wires is not completed. We can go ahead and log that note to Mark Demo, and he will receive that notification in his email inbox. Cool. So what's next? Maybe this isn't the view that you want to go ahead and see your timesheets. That's okay. We do have our own Timesheets module here in Odoo, and I can easily go into it, and this is the view that I have. Now, what we have here up here is the start. We can just manually start this timer, describe my activity, more activity. Let's see. What sale order is it related to? You can go ahead and choose any if you'd like and search through more if you don't see it off the bat. And let's just do, let's see, home construction here. And what task is it associated with? So for this one, let's see, where is my sale order 37? Can't see it right here. Let's go ahead and just select this one right now. Cool. Stop. Awesome. So what's next is once we completed our time, we can go back into the sales side, go back to Abigail Peterson here, and see that we have 10 hours recorded for this specific project here. Now, what we can do is that, so we have this quantity one delivered 10.25, yet we have not invoiced this customer. Now what we will do is create the invoice. We have an option to do it as a regular invoice, to do a down payment as a percentage, or even a down payment as the full amount. And what's the period that we want to invoice for? I'm just going to go ahead and just do a regular invoice, create a draft. And as you can see, here's the quantity, 10.25, and it amounts to $11,787. So now what I want to do is go ahead and confirm this order. And now it's automatically being logged in our accounting module where we can go ahead and review all of our timesheets, ensure all the amount invoice is correct, and receive that payment here. Create payment and done. That is the whole workflow that I have here for you. Now, one last thing I do want to mention is our dashboards. Why? Because this gives you an overview of the health of the company, of how we were doing. Any services down below here, this is what we're mostly concerned with today, is our projects, right? We can see how many tasks we have, how many hours have been logged, time to assign, time to close as well. Now, you can create your own information that you want to monitor during implementation here at Odoo. This is just out of the box. Now, what if we did want to review our last, say, 180 days? And who is it assigned to? Mitchell Admin. Looks like he's done a lot of tasks and has logged a lot of hours. So another cool feature is that we can easily just click into these hours logged here and just get an overview of it as well. Now, we do have multiple different charts available that you can see as well as a pivot view here, where you can easily just go more in depth as to what you want to review. Awesome. So now let's go into any questions that you guys may have. Yeah, yes. So one of the questions that just was asked was, can time be tracked by clocking in and out? Yes, it can be. Any more? If not, awesome. So some common questions that are asked is it possible to collaborate with external users? Yes, you saw that in the portal view where they would also be able to drag and drop themselves depending on the access that you give these external collaborators. Now, another common question that we get asked is, does Odoo Timesheets work offline? Yes, it also does. You do not need to be connected via Wi-Fi to manually save the time logged in Odoo. Cool. And can you manage permissions for team members? Yes, you are able to manage permissions down to a field level here at Odoo. So you can give them as much access as you want or restrict and limit their access as well. Awesome. Let's see. How would you manage a portfolio for several projects? Well, let's go back here. So if you go back into the projects section, let's go ahead. Overall, this is our portfolio for multiple projects. So each project represents a specific project, right? So what we can also do is create stages for these projects. If you wanted to see so for example, let's see this after sales services, right? And you want to see if it's in progress or when this project has been completed, we can also turn on a configuration in Odoo to manage project statuses as well. Awesome. Cool. And I think that's all we have for today.